If you live in the Cleveland area, you may have heard some talk of a new Warren and Griffin law office opening there. They are excited about it. So excited that they're having an open house on Friday, October 25th to welcome folks in to see for themselves. So glad this morning to have Derek Nelson and Fred Cleland on the show. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
So for right now, as we talk this morning, you're still kind of headquartered here in Chattanooga, but you're super excited for this new Cleveland office. Are you going to be there permanently?
Well, Derek and I are going to be the ones that are primarily up in the Cleveland area. We'll be down in Chattanooga significantly too, going back and forth. But we'll have a staff person there at all times, and then one of us will be in that area up in Cleveland during those times too.
It makes a big difference. This will be 3 branches for you now. You'll have the one in Dalton, and then obviously here in Chattanooga, and now Cleveland, right?
Yes.
But having that accessibility for folks, often if you've been injured, even just driving to a location is not easy, so you want to be convenient for folks. Is that right, Derek?
Yes. You know, a lot of the issue with actually getting to see a client after they've been in a wreck is, of course, their car's wrecked. So, you know, it's hard to find a ride, especially from out of town. You know, we've been servicing the Cleveland area for a little while. You know, really the whole time the firm's been open, but I know that the volume of clients from out there has been growing. And, you know, we're men of the people. So we want to be out there, be easily accessible for these people, and just get them on in and make it easy for them.
Okay, you mentioned the 5-letter word, and that's wreck. You obviously, as personal injury attorneys, it's not always a car accident, but very often that's what drives people, pardon the pun, to come to you. We live in a time, though, where I'm guessing, Fred, more and more drivers on the road are not insured. Insurance rates have gone up quite a bit.
Certainly, and that's why one of the things that we will advise people about, people will ask me, well, what kind of insurance should I really have? I will always tell people that often people will go and say, well, I've got full coverage. I got everything I need. I got full coverage. But they don't know the limits of coverage that they have. And about 25% of the people that are out there do not have insurance at all. And if you don't have uninsured motorist yourself, you will be, it's a very big negative for you. And I tell people, do not talk to your agent, make sure that you have coverage, and I will tell people, most people should have at least $100,000 worth of coverage. The state minimum is $25,000. State minimum on property damage is $15,000. If you're driving your Cadillac and you get smashed up and you lose that car, they're only getting $15,000 if you have the state minimum.
So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen with this open house on Friday. When people come in to see this new facility, are y'all going to be there to talk to them in case they have an issue and they're wondering if they have a legal claim to make?
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll be there. You know, we've got a couple of University of Tennessee football players they're going to be coming as well. We encourage people to come on out, meet them. It'll be Dylan Sampson and Boo Carter. Tennessee fans know know who those guys are.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to have some food, some giveaways, and we just want to meet everybody in the community and have them come meet us.
As we have all this road construction here in the Chattanooga area, and that Bradley County corridor from Cleveland into the Ottawa area, that seems to be a famous one for accidents happening there a lot. As we get into the holiday season, people are a little bit scattered with their mind. Be even more careful on the roads.
Certainly, and I will say one thing that our firm does have the ability to do is that we have access to the cameras, that if you have an accident on I-75 in there, and almost all of that area, I mean, I didn't know this until in the last year or so, there are cameras that are on that area, and we have access to those, so that if you have an accident, call us about that so we can actually see it.
Talk about your Warren and Griffin app too. That's a really great thing, because if you have a car accident, I don't care how much you think you know, your thoughts go haywire and you might forget something. If you've got that app, you can take a look, and that's your checklist.
You can, yes. It'll show the next steps to do. And, you know, I will say the first step is to try and get information if you are able to. Now, obviously, if you are so significantly injured, you need to make sure you call the police. We do tell people, call the police on any accident. You know, Chattanooga has this thing going on right now where if you call the police and you say, well, we're not all that hurt, they won't come out. They will not come to your accident. So if you feel like you have any injury, you tell them on the phone, well, I'm not sure how hurt I am, but I'd like the police to come out. Otherwise, they won't come out and you will not have an accident report.
If you have had an accident and you do get a personal injury attorney, is the total time spent with you somewhat long because you have to give enough time for medical needs to be addressed before you close a claim?
Right.
Is that, you understand what I'm
Right.
asking?
I do. So, what we tell our clients is we want to make sure if you're injured, go to the doctor, let the doctor diagnose you with whatever you've got going on and get all the treatment that you need. We do not want to try to get a case resolved prior to, you don't want to have an issue pop up later.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. So, we really get going on trying to get things resolved once you have completed your medical treatment.
Gotcha.
And you've been looked at and you're good to go.
All right, so here's what you can do. The open house on Friday is happening what time?
3 to 7.
Okay, 3 to 7. You can go up, meet your Vols players. If you're an Alabama fan, you can still go, right?
You can.
Anybody's welcome.
Ball players will be there 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
And they will continue on from 5 to 7 with food.
And I'm guessing you're going to have that spinny wheel going.
We'll have the spinning wheel. Yes.
It's not a Warren and Griffin event without the spinny wheel. So here's their office for their new Cleveland location. It will be up and running next week, 440 Stewart Road in Cleveland. 265-4878 is their phone number, warrenandgriffin.com. Of course, you know the website. Congratulations on this third office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.